What is up, everybody? My name is Felix and I'm here back again with another video for you all today. And in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to use your drum pads inside of FL Studio. So essentially I'm just going to be showing you guys how to work FPC, which is FL Studio's version of like an MPC type, program thing. And it's basically like one of the only ways to properly use your drum pads inside FL Studio. And for whatever reason I haven't really seen a good tutorial on this because I was actually like looking it up trying to see like the best way to do it. I only really found one guy who kind of explained it, and it was in a video talking about something else. So this is going to be a very streamlined video on how to use your drum pads for FL Studio. So basically this is going to apply to if you have like just a very small drum pad thing, because I've seen that there's ones that are just like 2 rows of drums, controllers, and then also there's the big ones. This will apply to that, and then this will also apply to the little drum pads that you have on your MIDI keyboards. And in my case that's what I have the keyboard with the drum pads on it. So yeah, make sure you guys check out my Instagram and my SoundCloud down in the description below, along with the playlist of songs I produced, my beat store, my Discord, all that stuff. Go check it out if you want to. And now we'll get into this video. Alright, so here we are inside FL Studio, just a blank FL Studio template, and we're going to load up FPC, which is the main, component of this video. So go here, FPC. It's going to look like this if you're in FL20. I think if you're in FL12, it'll look different, but whatever, still the same concept pretty much. So basically it loads you up with this preset drum kit that's just like polka one or whatever. And these are decent drums, but it's probably not exactly what you're looking for. So you can select any one of these here drum kits if you want. But the thing that you might notice when you go to play the drum pads is that they're out of order. They're not going to play the same ones that you see on the screen in the same way it is on your drum pad. So if I play the bottom left corner drum pad, it doesn't even make a sound. The second in from the left plays the first one, and then the third one plays a completely different one. So yeah, very weird thing, but the way that you fix that is you go to this little drop down here, and then you do map notes for entire bank. So once you've clicked that, now you're gonna go to your drum pad and you're gonna tap the bottom left one and go from the bottom left to the right, and then go up to the next row, left to right, and then you're just gonna do that for however many rows that you have. And I have 2 rows, so I'm just gonna go through and go like this. So because my drums are 2 rows and not 4 rows like the FPC is, what you can do now, once you've finished mapping them out, is click this drop down again and then just do cancel map notes for entire bank, and now it'll stop routing them. So if I hit the bottom one, it hits the bottom one. I hit the second in from the left, it hits the second in from the left. So yeah, basically now they should be all mapped and stuff. So yeah, basically that's how you get your drum pads to line up and stuff so they're not out of order. But now you might be thinking, well, I don't really like any of these drum kits. I want to use my own drum sounds. And I have an easy solution for you. Basically what you can do is you can go up here and click presets and then just do empty. And now you'll have a completely empty slate and you can put whatever drums that you want in there. You can select whatever drums you want and just click and drag them into FPC from the little sidebar thing. But one thing you want to keep in mind is that you want to make sure that you're doing it in the order that you want to press them, if that makes sense. So if I want to have the kick and the snare right next to each other, I'm going to put them right next to each other. So basically I'm just going to drag my stuff in like this, click and drag. There we go. Now this one should play this sound. And now we're going to go through and do that for each sound that we want to add to the beat. So now we have the drums that we want to use dragged in here, but you'll notice this first one has a name, but it doesn't have a color. So what we can do is click on the pad and then go to here to this drop down thing, and then we can do change color. So now we can select whatever color we want. So I'm going to make it this blue color, and now this is that color, which is pretty cool. And then you can do that for every single other sound also. And you can just make the whole thing really cool and colorful if you want to, which I like that feature. It's pretty awesome. So now what we have to do is route this again because I started a new like preset here, so we have to redo that. So map notes for entire bank, and then there we go. And now we can stop that because I'm only using 4. So now we have this, and now we can just go, which is pretty cool. And now we've done pretty much what we came here to do. But there's a couple more things that I want to show you inside FPC. So one thing that I use kind of a lot when using FPC is the envelope thing. So basically I use this for the open hi-hat because the open hi-hats sometimes last longer than you want them to. So what I do is go here to the open hat, and then we go to the envelope and turn it on, and now we can drag this so that it looks kind of like a square. And now when we press the open hat thing, it'll only activate it when we're actually pressing the pad. So basically I'll show you an example. as you can hear, it's like a stuttering kind of sound. So if the hi-hat is too long, we can just play it at a certain length, or now we can go in and adjust it in the piano roll if we want to as well. Also, if you're using samples, like if you're using a musical sample, that square envelope thing is going to come in very handy because you can start and stop the sample whenever you want. So a couple other things in FPC are these controls right here. So basically what these do is just adjust the volume. So if I want to turn this open hat way down, I can do that. And basically no matter how hard I press it, it's still going to be quieter because I turned the volume down. So I'm basically slamming on that thing and it's pretty quiet. It can also turn the pitch down. So for this, it only changes an octave. So we can go down an octave or up an octave. So yeah, we have the pitch thing, and then we also have the pan. So if for whatever reason you want it to be panned to the left, you can do that, but that just makes me uncomfortable. And then this orange bar right here, I'm pretty sure what it does, it basically adjusts how hard you have to press for the sound to be activated, if that makes sense. So if I hike it up to like here, it's not going to activate when I press the pad lightly, but if I press the pad really hard, it will activate. So yeah, that can be helpful for, you know, whatever you might need that for. Also, another thing that you can do inside here is you can create new ones of these. So basically this is going to make it so that there'll be different sounds playing from the same pad. So if I want to have like an open hat and then like a hi-hat pedal or something playing in the same pad, what you can do is you can adjust the volume. So like let's say the open hat only plays like at the higher volume, and then the pedal only plays at like lower half of the volume or velocity, whatever. You can basically do that, and then, you know, just click this and do load sample, and then, you know, assign it to whatever, or I'm pretty sure you can probably drag it in there too. So yeah, if you want to do that, use that as a feature, you can do that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this area here. The other thing that I want to show you guys is inside of the pad like options. So if you go to this drop down menu where we did the map notes for entire bank, what you can do is you can save the note layout. So after you map everything, let's say you have a controller with like 16 pads on it and you don't want to have to, you know, click every single time. What you can do is you can click save note layout, and then just save it into whatever folder, doesn't really matter. And then once you've saved your note layout, every time that you load up FPC, if you have like different drums up, you can just load that note layout and it's going to remember the order that you press it in, so you don't have to remap it every time, which is a nice feature. But however, what you also could do is if you have specific drums that you want to use every time and a specific layout that you want to use every time, you can just straight up save this preset. So if I want to use this, like let's say these are drums that I want to use on, you know, multiple different songs, I can go to this drop down and then just do save preset as, and now I can save this like FL Studio state file thing, whatever. And now if I want to use these same exact drums, I'll just load this FPC preset up and I can just easily use it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for all the stuff that you're going to need in FPC for recording your MIDI drum pads. So now what I'm going to do is show you guys how to actually record, you know, with your drum pads. And this is, you know, not a super complicated process, and you probably will already know how to do it, but I'm going to show you guys anyways. So essentially it's going to have like a preset thing loaded up for you. You can just delete that, and now we're just going to, you know, select whatever tempo that we want. I'm gonna just go with like 86, and we're gonna be recording into the piano roll basically. So make sure that you have your piano roll for FPC loaded up on the screen, and now you're gonna hit this record button and it'll ask you what you want to record. We'll just do notes and automation. And now whenever you press the spacebar, it's going to start recording. So it's probably a good idea to have the metronome on and have this 3, 2, 1 countdown on. That's what these two buttons are right here. So I'm going to click that on. And basically it's just going to give you a little clicking countdown so that you know when to actually start recording your stuff. And then the metronome will help you keep time and everything. So I'm going to record a little pattern real quick. 3. So basically, if you're like me and you like to record everything separately, you just go through, record what you need to record, and then do it again, notes and automation, and now start it. Now we have our hi-hats, and we can go and do the open hats as well. So if you mess up a note or two really bad, what you can do is go in here. Let's say this one was like way before or something. I can just adjust it so that it's behind the line. You know, it's really easy to just click and drag here. You don't have to go in and re-record anything. You can just make minor adjustments and it'll be fine. So yeah, you can also go in there, you know, add some samples so you can, you know, record some choppy old school type samples and stuff. But yeah, for the most part, this is pretty much it for the whole, you know, ins and outs of FPC and recording your MIDI drum pads and stuff. If I missed anything that you wanted me to cover, that you wanted to know, just let me know, leave a comment, and I'll hopefully be able to help you out. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I was able to teach you how to now record with your MIDI drum pads. Honestly, for me, for a while, I didn't even touch my drum pads on my keyboard because I was just like, oh, whatever, like I'm not gonna use it. It's all weird inside of FL Studio anyways. I don't even know how to properly do it. But then I kind of like took some time to figure it out, sit down and like learn the whole thing, and hopefully I've passed on a little bit of my knowledge to you as well. So yeah, make sure you guys check out my Instagram, my SoundCloud down in the description below, along with my playlist of songs I produced, my beat store, my Discord, all that stuff. Go check it out if you want to, and I'll see you guys next time.
No, we don't share mothers, but yeah, I still love them like we should.